Hello and welcome back to another episode of Candlekeep Mysteries, the Seal Pages of Verglas. We are the Rollers of Fate. I am Mo, your Dungeon Master, and also we'll have Cisco soon, who is your the other Dungeon Master of this campaign, and having a picnic and enjoying their evening today with no problems at all in this game. Just gonna take a little stroll into maybe the abyss or the hell, who knows? Is our wonderful players. Right now we have someone's coming to the screen. We have Luke, Lucky in the background somewhere, Andy, and Ross. Say hello, guys.
Yep.
Hello.
Yes. Mark will not be able to join us today, and Joey will be here with us later. On to the announcements. We are here on Twitch, as you can see, and you can also find us on YouTube at Rollers of Fate D&D. Where you will find all our previous episodes, the Eye of Observation, Dining in Barovia, and the Hearts of War campaign. So go check it out if you want to follow along. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do at rollersoffatednd@gmail.com. And we have an X channel, which is at Fate D&D. Our games may contain some adult language, actually do contain adult language, most of them, every time. And there might be situational themes or stuff that you might not like at the moment. So please step away and come back, and viewer discretion is advised. Thanks to everyone that's been supporting the that we've been using to kind of make the campaign work, including Tessa Present for all her awesome maps, Dan Curtis, Tabletop Audio for their music, and James Wesser for his amazing gifts and arts that he produces. Also, AI. Yes, we use AI sometimes to throw in maps and stuff like that, so thank you to them as well. Lastly, please give us a follow and a like if you have not done so already, and spread the word to as many people as possible. That is the announcements. Now, let's do a roll for group check to see if you gain any inspiration. I don't even know if you used all your inspirations last week, did you?
We had one left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't carry over, so who is rolling you? Who wants to?
I rolled a couple of weeks ago, so it's not me.
Yeah. I think it's you, Andy.
Rolling away. D6.
Go for the up.
4.
That's okay.
Nice.
That's okay.
Solid.
Nice.
That's a solid situation. So we'll see if you're going to be using it. But I think we can jump in. So as always, thank you, Blaze, for being here, and those at home getting comfortable or watching. Settle in as we see what mysteries shall be revealed today. Babe, where are we? Music somewhere. There we are. Boop. Oh my god, I'm hearing like echoes everywhere.
Oh dear.
Let's find.
Not me, probably.
No. It's not you. It's. There we go. Resolved. Previously, on the Seal Pages of Verglas, the Caravan of Chaos had emerged victorious at the Temple of the Dragon Wing. Having slain the 5 chromatic adult dragons, had been bound to Nidalia, a lamia twisted by Tiamat's will. With the tear of Saloon, Bruce had broken Tiamat's grasp, cleansing Nidalia of the Dragon's Queen's corruption and freeing her from servitude. There was a moment of triumph and relief. The caravan looted the hoard, gathering ancient relics, coins, and magical artifacts from the vast dragon treasure. Laden with riches and renewed hope, they made their way through the ruined corridors of the temple, heading towards the exit and freedom. But as they reached the obelisk chamber, they hesitated. The massive structure, still shimmering with the cascading chromatic hues, seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy. The shadows within the room twisted, and an overwhelming presence of fear froze the caravan where they stood. A rift tore open in the base of the obelisk, and from it boomed the tyrannical voice of the Dragon Queen. The air itself grew heavy, and the horrid power of Tiamat filled the chamber. Then a massive scaled hand burst from the portal, glistening with chromatic scales, and reached for Nidalia. The caravan of Chaos sprung into action, trying to pull her away, but the hand was relentless. Nidalia's eyes went wide, and before Bruce could react, Tiamat's hand clasped around her, pulling her back towards the rift and led her into the infernal domain. Bruce, consumed with rage and desperation, lunged forward, his hands reaching for Nidalia. The pull of the portal caught him too, and for a moment it seemed that both would be lost to Tiamat's realm. But Flair intervened. With Flair shove, he pushed. With a fierce shove, he pushed Bruce out of the hand's reach, saving him from being dragged into the abyssal depths. Nidalia screamed echoed through the chambers as the portal snapped shut, leaving nothing but a silence and devastation. Bruce, overcome with fury and grief, turned on Flair, his fist clenched and his voice shaking. He lashed out, blaming Flair for costing him his only chance to save Nidalia. The rest of the caravan had to restrain Bruce, keeping him from attacking his companion. But there was no time to settle the difference. The sound of the draconic roars and wings filled the air, signaling the wyverns and dragons and drakes were converging on the temple. Desperate to escape, the caravan fled the temple, weaving through the crumbling corridors and collapsing stone, dodging attacks and drakes and swooping wyverns. With the teleportation circle activated, they vanished from the ruined temple, returning to Candlekeep. The Great Library was in disarray. The aftermath of the demonic and infernal assault had left scorched halls, cracked walls, and shelves of sacred tomes scattered and burned. Yet the library was safe. Repairs were underway, and the great readers coordinate the rebuilding efforts. As they arrived, Bruce, still furious and grief-stricken, broke away from the group, unable to face the reality of Nidalia's capture. Errol followed him, not willing to let him struggle alone. The rest of the caravan chaos moved to the central halls where the great readers gathered. They reported their victory, detailing the defeat of the dragons, the rescue of Nidalia, and her subsequent abduction by Tiamat. The revelation that Archelaus abducted a bookworm further complicated the situation. As the caravan of chaos recounted the final moments in the temple, one detail struck fear into the great readers: the fact that Tiamat herself intervened to claim Nidalia. The plan became clear. The caravan of chaos must venture into the hells. They must rescue Nidalia before Tiamat can twist her into a vessel of divine wrath. They must also stop the scales from completing the crown of the dragon's queen, if they have not done so already. The caravan of chaos prepared for their most dangerous journey yet, a descent into the hells to save one soul from becoming a conduit of divine destruction. Will they falter? Will they fail? Meanwhile, Errol received a telepathic message from Dr. Gret, his mentor, who asked him to meet him at the Cloakwood Forest. Errol, without any hesitation, made his way to the forest, where, when he arrived, he saw Dr. Gret sitting on a fallen tree, and two red-robed figures beside him. Errol knew these were where they immediately. He cautiously entered the premises as one of the cloaked figure turned and walked towards him. Then the cloaked figure removed their hood, and standing before him was his sister. But we return back to Candlekeep, where the rest of the cocks prepare to penetrate the Dragon Queen.
Been a while. It's been a while. It took me by surprise. Just poof, there it is.
There it is, just there. All right. Well, I say, just as you all see Errol leave, you are left alone in your in the house of rest, where you have residence there, and you are preparing. So you are all in your rooms. This is the morning after your conversation, after the events that happen in the temple itself. So, Caravan of Chaos, I'll leave it up to you.
I think Yadu, just covering him for the day, I guess. He's gonna, just the entire quarters is gonna have a lot of crashing about. Everybody's gonna hear a load of noises, and then Yadu just kind of pushes a little letter through his door that basically says, "Still getting used to the great arts. Can you speak to me, brother, about the orcs?" and I'm gonna go sleep for the day. That's what Yardu does. As you all know, he's equipped with the great axe, by the way, that we got recently,
Mm-hmm.
and as such is a size larger and is dealing with the fact that he can't get in and out of his broom.
I believe it only makes him bigger when he's actively using it or wills it to. Is that right?
Oh,
No.
Really? So he's always
he's-
bigger now.
he's
always
attuned to it and is large.
He's
Like
not.
Bowser.
He's
Yeah.
now 10 feet tall and 10 feet
Yeah,
wide
yeah.
because
So
he's a
he's
portal.
waiting for the door to adjust, the magic door. However, with everything going on, it's taking its time. I
The
can
magic
now
needs
unclip
time.
Yardu.
The magic needs time to settle before he can not be
Yeah.
gigantic all the time.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna call that as I've done enough to be
I
Yardu
think
for the
that's-
day.
That was inspired, if I'm being honest.
Yep. And yep. So he just kind of puts a note through the door. He's kind of stuck in his bedroom. Send help. And that's Yardu. That's what he's doing.
I'm assuming Ziggy has seen the note and told us as well.
Yeah, Ziggy was like, he's a fucking madman, but this note sounds like a good idea.
Hmm.
Wait, what is this now?
So basically, Mark was like, can we speak to his brother and
Oh, yeah.
maybe the Elfbane plan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that. I was just kind of curious.
Does that mean I have to go speak to them?
Well, I mean, it's either that or me, and I don't think that'd go down well.
Well, funny you should say that. You might have more of an in with the new chieftain than me, but
Oh, I'm very much aware.
oh, never mind then.
I'm not a fool. I just deeply don't care.
Fine, we can both do it if.
What does that mean?
And I don't know anymore. Lots on my mind.
That is fair enough, but that's potentially a plan. I don't know if there's anything we need from the enchanters or anything regarding.
Aki will go down there, but he's got one or two things.
Hmm.
He's not visible to you because Aki has not ventured indoors unless somebody makes him after his extended.
So he's on the roof then.
He has slept. He's slept outside on the roof, and he is still lying flat on his back and just enjoying the damp in the morning.
I think one thing I'll do. I think Ziggy will spend about 10 minutes identifying the sort of telepathic bracelets we were given, because I just want to know more information. So, like, does it?
Did he take it? Did you take it?
I assume so.
Oh, yes. Friendship
It-
bracelets.
Friendship license. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ziggy, sorry, it's just gotten really fucking dark in here. I don't know how. Well, don't know why. I'm gonna go turn my light on. But
I think the enchanter called them. He said they were special for us. He said they were cock rings. Caravan of Chaos
say
rings.
that. Anyway, so I'm gonna look at these telepathic bracelets because I just want to know more.
Bruce just nods
guessing-
sagely at the abbreviation, not realizing what that actually means.
Yeah.
Just-
I'm guessing they let us just speak freely, telepathically, or cast telepathic bond.
Yes, I think the case is you get to cast. I think it's telepathic bond. It lasts for how 8 hours, or is it 24 hours normally?
I think it's 8 hours because I've got the spell as Ziggy. It's just I think I only really
it's the
know it
same
because of
thing.
Spirit
Instead
Bars.
of you could do this once per day. Yeah, let's just put it out that way.
Right.
You
Okay.
can cast telepathic bond up to how many creatures it says in the spell itself as well.
Right. So for an hour, 8 creatures can link. But I assume we all have to be wearing the bracelets.
How many bracelets are there? I can't remember how many he gave
I don't
you.
know.
I believe there's one for every member of the group.
A cock ring for every member. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Can we not?
Magical
Huh?
cock ring. That's
Yagu's
going
like,
on.
I've done this before.
Anyway.
Hold on one second. I'll put
Wait,
mine
is
on.
that even gonna fit? Is that even gonna fit him now? Who knows? You know.
Anyway, I'm gonna hand them out and just put them on their wrists. Okay, I'm gonna put these bracelets
Which
on
wrists?
people's wrists.
You only have 2. Shut up. Is this a homebrew item or is this something that exists?
I'll give me 10 minutes.
I'm
So
assuming
that
it's a
is
homebrew.
what Ziggy will be doing. He'll be identifying that mainly because I have no other
Music.
plans.
Okay. Well, apart from reach out to Elfbane, and then if Ziggy's not want to do it on his own, Bruce will do that with you. Before any conversations and some such, Bruce would like to go and see if his scrolls of sending and scrying are prepared.
Yes. So all your scrolls are ready. They are delivered to you as you prepare. There's a knock on the door, and then there's a road there standing with a bunch of scrolls in a satchel, and just gives them to you. This includes the one that you also asked for us. It is also in there as well. So,
If that's the case, then there's a couple of things I could start on now. Lucky, is there anything you want to do right now?
Yes, I imagine might take longer than yours, so if you don't want to go
Okay.
for it, go.
Bruce will, not bothering with the front door, just go out the window and float up to the ceiling, and you'll find Aki presumably on the roof.
Yeah, Aki's lying flat on his back. He's made no effort to move. He's clearly awake and may have been for some time, but he's just enjoying being outdoors, staring at the ceiling, at the sky. As you float up, you'll hear the end of a sending he's doing to his mother's caravan. He's just mentioning that they're off on another great adventure. She may not hear from him for a while. He's fine, despite what she may have heard.
The last thing she heard was a letter from Bruce, yeah, so he catches the end of it and says, well, I'm glad you're the one who can tell her that.
Good morning. I couldn't face being in another confined space just yet.
I know. Fun enough, you're in the same spot that I was more or less camped out on for as long as you were captured.
You were up here? What were you looking for?
Every night I tried to copy that ritual prayer you did to the Traveller. I even got an answer once. 2 words, if that counts.
What did he say?
I'm trying. Every night I prayed for him to keep you safe. I'm not sure I did the ritual right, if I'm being honest, but...
It's, maybe just him, but I feel it's the thought that counts.
I was awfully short on ideas.
Well, I was planning on reaching out to him now. If you would be interested in joining me. If this is a thing you want to do.
Sure, why not? I may not be a follower, but I think I'm probably a believer, certainly.
Aki will still make no effort to sit up. He is still lying flat on his back.
Bruce will then just do the same thing and lie down next to him.
Coat kind of splayed. He'll flap one side of his coat over and put his hand on the crest, which is kind of on the pocket, the breast pocket, where he's stitched in rather crudely the symbol of the Traveller.
Mm-hmm.
I do make this up each time, so copying it was nice, but you just copied whatever version I did last time.
Wait, what? You mean to tell me... What?
I don't know what I'm doing. I never did.
For the love of...
Okay. Traveller, are you there? Do you hear me now? I haven't heard from you for a long time now. I guess I couldn't. Where were you? I needed you.
Bruce will put his hand on your shoulder and then say, "Answer him, damn you! You answered me!"
Make a religion check.
Does he get help from me?
Yeah, make it with advantage.
Yes!
Of course.
Help
Wow.
action!
Well, I mean, there's help, and then there's the fact that it's a +0. So let's just see how this goes. It's a double 12.
Can I give him guidance, or does the help action cancel that out?
I mean, guidance. I don't know.
I am
if Aki
fishing.
when Aki's saying he's been making this up, I don't know that he could be guided because he doesn't know what he's doing anyway.
Hey, I'm just fishing right now. It's desperate, but here it is what it is.
The traveler always came to you at the moment when you needed the most. And you don't know why he didn't come to you when you were trapped. Perhaps he couldn't. Maybe Tiamat's influence was so strong that he couldn't reach you, no matter what he tried. Or perhaps he did try and he did succeed in a way, through other means. But as you pray to him now, or just reach out to him, it's not like he's absent. Maybe it's not the right time. You don't really need to know the path at the moment. You're on the right path.
He'll still lie there, kind of listening to this. I don't know what you would call that, a comfortable silence, maybe? Androthador. I guess you know what happened there. He was here, a little to the right. I lost this coat once, and I'm not sure I want the only mark I have on me to be the bad ass tattoo I have from Yogu, so if I need to reach you again, there is space there now that you might leave your mark on me so I can feel you where we're going. Androthador has made me a weapon, but I need balance from you. I need to protect people where we're going, not just destroy things. So I would ask you to help me protect the people on the path beside me, as if I was promised you I would. And when this is over, I will take to the road as I always meant to.
Bruce, make a perception check.
Oh, okay. 22.
Just
As Aki speaks these words, you can't unhear it. But there is this rasp to his voice that was never there before. It's unusual. Yeah, he's draconic, but it's more potent. You're unsure why. Especially when he mentions the name Androthador.
Is Aki's prayer done at this point?
assuming he gets no more feelings from the traveler, then yeah, he'll not hearing anything else. He'll just sit up, still sitting on the ground. But that was disappointing.
Well, for what it's worth, I do believe the traveler was trying to force the way through to protect you or help you in some way. But the exact words I heard, and it was reasonably clear, "I'm trying."
I don't doubt that he was trying. The trying thing. I'm glad to hear he didn't forget I was there, but I was still there, and the one who, whilst calling me pathetic at the same time, the ones who helped me try to escape, did so by perfecting the thing that happened in the volcano,
Oh,
which requires. His word was surrender. I have to
I'm not.
let it.
I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean? Androthodor? What does Androthodor have to do? Was he there?
That's whose heart was inside me. I think that is how that town disappeared when it happened to me 25 years ago, or at least what was left of it. And Rothodor, I think, was a chromatic dragon who did not fall in line. And he gave me what he could, what he had left, after they did what they wanted to do with his heart. And what he gave me was massive. And it is a little touch of that is what happened at the volcano. But
That
he
was a
gave
little touch.
I can do the whole thing now.
What do you mean you can do the whole thing? The volcano was a little touch.
I am quite close to him being a lot of what he is. I don't know. I don't know if he really is here, or whether this is what's left. But it comes with a huge price.
See, is this something you can practice, master?
No, this is. My mum would say this is the kitchen sink. This is the last thing. If everything else has failed, this is the last heavy thing I can throw, and it has a heavy consequence. You can't be near me when it happens. Nobody can. Ideally, I am in a space with only people who I am there to hurt. And I don't want to just be the weapon. I want it to be a shield more than a weapon. I don't want to scorch the path. I want to protect the people on it.
I see. Well, I'm not unfamiliar with the concept. Maybe not to the same extent. But there's a familiarity to me with all that. You've seen what I can do when my blood is up. Maintaining control is tenuous. And
When he gave me it, I flew. The corridor melted. The weapons that were trying to hit me melted. I fought Anchor and the Minotaur and the Avod, or Tellus Avod, and Archelaus all at the same time. And I was enjoying it.
and you survived.
I lost, but yeah.
I think I understand you wanted to be more a shield than anything else, but there can be just as much worth in a sword that would strike down the wicked and the corrupt.
I'm not sure a little of that isn't happening to me at the same time. It will be useful in the hell we're planning on visiting. I don't think things that resist fire would easily resist this. But I'm useless afterwards. It's at a minimum. I'm being carried around after this. It's exhausting. It's agonizing.
Right. And at worst,
At worst, I'm going to have to ask the ultimate favor of somebody, or you're going to have to leave me there.
well, the latter is not happening. We just got you back.
Kitchen sink, Bruce. If this is happening, we may not have any other options.
Maybe, but we've not crossed that bridge yet. The whole thing does sound familiar to what I generally do, though. I think if I'd recommend trying to. This sounds trite, and I'm not trying to minimize how you're feeling about it, but letting go and not being afraid of it, probably the best way forward. Controlling it is not something you should try and do, but let it flow. Point at the thing you need gone.
I'm
Stay
just
in the
afraid
moment.
of hurting. I'm hurting everybody around me, whether I mean to or not. I suspect during this trip we will be cornered in a fashion where I do it, or have to. But I let Androthador drive. Or at least let his will drive.
A funny thing about even this, the most volatile of powers, it can be pointed in the right direction, I believe.
I hope you're right. Have you seen Mycroft or the Enchanter since we got here?
I've not needed to. I just wanted to come up here and have a talk, and he pulls out the keg. He's refilled this keg full of even more orcish ale again, so it's really potent stuff. And he's just what you want to drink.
Yeah, why not?
He passes you the keg. He's not got cups with him. He's like, I didn't bring a cup.
We've never been so fancy as needing cups, Bruce.
No, God's no.
Well, Aki will take a big swig and hand it back.
Bruce will then do the same, and
No sense going to hell sober.
no, God's no. Actually, I was wanting you to be present for what I want to do right now. There's a couple of things I wish to do. I wish to make us. He pulls out the two scrolls, sending and scrying.
Oh, they're here.
Yes.
I asked for seeming.
And I'll just say it. I picked it up. Here you go.
In case we need to not look like us.
Of course. I'm going to use these to try and get something through to Nadalia.
Okay.
I'd like you to be present for it.
Of course.
I don't think you can do these at the same time, but God's only know I'm going to try.
Do you want everybody together for this, or just you and I?
I think... I've been thinking recently. I know, dangerous. But this whole business coming to Candlekeep, when it was us and it was Bryn, it was Dorothy, the halfling Periman, and I'm looking back on it now, and it seemed they had such.
Morker.
He was later.
Okay.
But Morka as well, not long after. it felt like they had such personal stakes in what was. Maybe it's the benefit of hindsight, but they had such personal stakes in what was going on and coming to here, and there we were, offered some gold coins dangled in front of us, and we're in. And now we've all got stakes in this, of course, but it kind of feels like we now have the most personal stakes in all this nonsense now.
There's a saying about looking into a void long enough. We've been at this a while. It was bound to happen.
Suppose. Right. Let's try the sending first. And I did count the words. I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I have 22 words here. Couldn't eke out another 3. And he'll use the scroll to cast sending to her. And the words are going to be, I'm coming for you. We all are. You will be free. Remember your family's words. Lockwood stands firm. Nadalia Lockwood, stand firm.
I heard you. Can you just repeat the message again to me? And then also, roll a d100 die, and let me know if you get anything below 95.
Below 95. Okay. Let me just get it ready. Okay. I'll just read it clearly rather than do it. I'm coming for you. We all are. You will be free. Remember your family's words. Lockwood stands firm. Nadalia Lockwood, stand firm.
Okay.
62.
Okay. Okay. You hear back.
Oh shit.
I can't. She has me. I don't know what to do. Where do I go? Please, please save me. Please. And then the silence.
Bristle clenches fist. She heard. I think this is worse than before, honestly. Before, she had no idea what was going on. She was enthralled by those monsters, and now she's... Now she's completely aware of everything.
If they wanted her dead, she'd be dead. Same as me. At a minimum, she's bait for you.
She's
So we go.
She's exceptionally good bait. Funny thing about leaving a snare for an animal. It's only any good if they can... If the snare doesn't break.
You see the scroll just fizzle away.
Right, one more. He's going to use the scroll of scrying, and I think I know there's a component to this, but I'm assuming with the scroll, it just kind of the scroll is the component.
You don't need
And-
you don't need specific components if you're using a scroll. That's fine.
Right, and he's going to use it to scry on Nadalia, and if this works, because the sending was successful, I want to try and flub something if you'd allow me to bend the rules of the whole thing. Aki's here, he's magic, he does something.
Booga.
Exactly. I don't have it up, though, because I don't have spells here.
Are you looking for Andy?
It's the scrying spell. I don't have it immediately available here.
No, I've got it up here. That's fine.
Wait, I have it. I actually have it on my character sheet.
If you could, yeah, you could just shade it on the blurb. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
-5.
Has to be on the same
That's
plane.
Same.
Yep.
That's the.
Modified by how well you know them. If they're
Why don't-
familiar, they get. If they're familiar, they get a -5.
Yeah, but it's about
Do-
them being on the same plane of existence.
I never said Bruce never. He took off one of those cloths from his wrist, so say he's got one left.
Do you still want to try, knowing the fact that she's not in the same?
Does it not work at all if they're under the plane? I thought it
No.
could work.
No, that's a sending. So sending, why you rolled a D100 has a 5% chance to not send over planes.
You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence.
Ah, fuck. Okay, maybe not a
So
good
maybe
idea
a
then.
thing of like, let's
You
wait
can hold
till
off.
we're there.
Hold off. Yeah, hold off on that.
Yeah, he looks at Aki, reminds him that won't work here.
We get there. It can be the first thing we do. You can give us a direction. March. We won't be
Yes.
landing right where we're going, I imagine. Life's rarely so simple.
Certainly is not.
Although wouldn't that be great? Land right in the middle of their dining hall.
It would make things simpler.
Well, it would just blow it up.
There's a lot I want to bring down around their ears. It really, really is. Hi, Cisco.
Yo!
Hey, Cisco.
Sorry, you're all. I've been listening for ages. Very intense and very interesting. Keep going,
It's okay.
sorry.
Aki was just going to suggest going to see if there's. Have we explored this already? Are there items or inventory still left worth asking about? Because there are items that were in this, that were in Bycroft or the Enchanter's possession previously that would be of interest.
You would have noticed that while sitting up there, piece by piece, the enchanter has been fixing up his shop, which was destroyed in the aftermath of the devil and demon attack. Ziggy provided a source of help to recover the things, the loot.
Yeah, the Lyra building, it should
Lyra,
have like stuff like mold earth and all that. So like,
and it has been kind of ramshacked, built up again, but he seems to be still going through all the items and broken jars. And from what you have spoken to Ruin and what he's asked for, there was most of the items in there either broken or he's not ready to sell because he hasn't vended or he hasn't counted whatever belongings he has left in his possession that might have been either looted as well from the demons and devils during the fight.
there are other like places we go there, like maybe a quick teleport to Baldur's Gate, see if there's any items there. Something we could,
Maybe some more potions. I'd like some that could heal and boost my strength. That last one was
Just,
rather useful.
I have a
Just
few ideas.
Yeah, out of game, I've got enough monetary components for a raised dead and 3 revives.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good idea, as you did bring that up with to me, Luke. Why don't every one of you just roll me a fate roll? So the 4 of you. And also with the other players that are missing here, so another two as well, so 6 altogether.
Right, I'll roll high for me. Actually, no, I'm going to roll low because Bruce is at a low point.
I'll roll high as well.
19,
That's,
fuck!
14.
High for Aki. Hey, 12.
I'll do high for Yardu.
I'm sorry. You said fate rolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, your blanket's moving in the back. What is that?
It's a dodge.
It's the dog going in the blanket.
I thought it was just son. Just
Anyway, this is a
Wrapping the
high,
baby.
a high roll.
Don't move.
A high roll for Yadu.
Ooh.
okay.
Hi, goo.
Hi, good. It is.
Lucky, it's just on you.
You said hi.
I'm never
Okay.
gonna get a pick one.
We
Yeah,
need one
I'm-
for
I'm-
we need one for Joey. So I'll
Did
do
you-
hi.
Do you have a
for him.
heart attack?
a little bit.
Fate rolls do that to you.
Try
Oh,
again.
10 is a reroll, yeah.
Yeah, bugger. Oh well, never mind. So we
Okay.
got 1, 2,
3.
4. 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6. Okay. Well, we'll shift the camera from you you guys up the top as you continue watching the morning come and the candle keeps still under repair from its destruction, and we'll go back into the House of Rest where we see Ruin Synergy going through probably the loot that you guys gathered from the Dragon Horde, as well as he rummages through some gems and stuff like that. And he eventually pushes this to a side through things, founds 4 diamonds worth 300 gold pieces each.
What a coincidence.
And at that point, you see Ziggy. I'll just assume Ruin's in the kind of the common area doing this, while Ziggy kind of pops into the scene at this point.
Everything alright there, Ruin? Your eyes seem to have lit up.
It's none of your business, is it?
I mean, when your eyes light up, you're either A, about to kill me, or about to start fighting Chains' wings, so I think it really does concern me. And I'm just gonna have a look at what he's actually doing.
I mean, he's counting his gold at the moment. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead. What are you doing? What is it?
I've dropped 4 diamonds into my shirt pocket, and I'll be rummaging through, like putting on like the new gauntlets of Ogre Strength and saying, "Wow, these fit really nice."
Could I have potentially rolled a perception check to see said diamonds being dropped?
Can I do a sleight of hand check?
Yeah, it would be again. So you can roll perception and you roll sleight of hand. So
I will burn
Hell.
a inspiration.
Oh come on!
Oh, I'm not. No, there's no way. But still, you never know. Yep. Nope.
close. Yep. You see it.
You know, if you gave one of those to me and Errol, we could, bring our friends back to life.
I'll bite you.
Fighting words from somebody without much of a dragon's mouth anymore.
Do you want to find out?
Oh, I'm well aware. I'll give you the gold for them.
$800 gold for the 2 diamonds? You know what? No. Friends and family discount. Just take them. It'll drop 2 diamonds.
I can hear the
Anyway.
pain in your voice. It's like-
Ruin, make a perception check.
Oh, this is terrible. Yeah.
Hey. You let go of the diamonds and they just drop onto the floor. And then a bit strange, and then you pick them up again and then you put it in your hand.
You were supposed to catch them.
You just dropped them. Anyway,
Seems more like your fault than mine.
anyway, I'll use this one specifically to bring you back. I'll give the other
One
one
more
to
and I get a
Harold.
free ice cream.
Let's hope that new body isn't lactose intolerant, eh?
Yeah, do we know that
Ah.
for sure?
Well,
There has to be some defect.
if you don't need me for anything else besides taking stuff that I took from something else, I'm gonna be busy doing something important.
We're planning to storm hell. What could be more important?
Well, you'll never know, will you? Because it's my secret, and Ron will walk off. And once he does, I want to go to my room, and if I can, I want to take and sit down with his former black blade in front of him and sit it on the floor. I mean, Yagu used to do stuff like this, I guess. I've never really tried praying to anyone, but hey, sorry, my dogs are losing their mind. Bahamut, if you can hear me, I've got a selfish request to make. My friends are going through a lot. If there's any way or anything I can do, I'll give up any amount of treasure. I'd give up the world for them. Please, just watch over us. Watch over them in this upcoming fight. And he'll just sit there and focus and think back to all the times that he was saved by his friends.
Mhm.
But I just want to take the day to reflect on be thankful for having them.
Give me a religion check with advantage.
Ooh.
Paladins are supposed to be good at these, right?
Let's find out.
Oh.
Okay. It's strange, something new to you. Praying. You've never needed to do that. But why not? Why not give it a go? Since this powerful deity, a platinum dragon, is given you or bestowed this power to you. Power or mercy? You're unsure. This vision, not vision, but this sense that you get in almost like you are you're seeing traces of him in places you would generally don't. On Aki, on yourself, when you were first made on Dimitri. It's like a stain, a familiar stain. Not to you familiar, but it's familiar everywhere. It's the same stain that you're seeing, but it's a stain of Bahamut. Why is it that you're seeing this everywhere? It eludes you. Should you be seeking out these other stains? These other presence of Bahamut's divinity? You still see it on Aki when you see him, especially across his chest. A divine glow. But it eludes you why. That's all. That's all the thoughts you get.
He'll stand up and run out of his room trying to find Aki if he can.
Mhm.
He'll even scream and shout, Aki!
Up on the roof. We're both still drinking. You hear something?
You probably see the the occasional kind of thing just getting thrown off into the big pile of rubble at the bottom. We're just kind of flicking stones off in a kind of drunken way.
Seeing that the stones get thrown off, I'll activate my wings and fly up to him and very abrasively, I'm just going to put my hands up on his chest and I'm going to say, this is really weird and I'm sorry, but do you still have a scar? Is there anything missing? Something given?
Jesus.
Something new?
Ruin, buy him a drink first, for crying out loud.
Aki will take some of the frosting off the cupcake and put it on his nose.
Jealous, Bruce?
He takes another swig.
But
What?
I'll even-
What?
I need to know. Are you sure you've never prayed to Bahamut before? Or
Yep.
did anything happen? Any visions? Any guidance? Any interactions with a Bahamut followers? Any?
Aki just looks pretty miffed. Guide a lot of Bahamut followers in Tiamat's hold, you think? Not
It would
really.
be funny. It would be funny if there were.
Well, I mean, I probably could have gone one or two, but no, everybody I met was absolutely rubbish. I had visions from Androthedor, I think.
He's nothing.
I don't know, he's doing okay by me.
Did Androthedor follow Bahamut?
I don't know. He's not chatty.
I'll
Maybe.
pull Aki's ear open and I'm Androthedor!
Oh, beat me to it.
Did you follow Bahamut? I'm just shouting into Aki's ear.
Oh my.
Did you
Okay.
follow Bahamut?
Okay, at that point, Aki is just going to stuff the cupcake in his mouth and actually continue pushing his whole head away. That's not nice.
Have another drink, Kaki.
None of this makes sense.
I don't know how you figure this out. You're the one who should be able to do. Of the three of us here, you should be able to figure this out, right? I don't think shouting at the essence of a long past ancient red dragon is the way to go.
Do you think I wasn't yelling loud enough?
You're a
I
paladin.
can help you, and I cast
Right?
guidance on Ruin.
Diplomacy.
Oh, perfect.
You're not meant to be diplomatic now. Diplomacy.
I'm trying. That's a hard one still.
Practice makes perfect.
Hang on, let me try something. Alright, first of all,
No yelling.
you detect magic.
On Aki.
It's just kind of a circle.
So that's
I
just gonna be head to toe, isn't it?
Well, you might get a flashbang from it, but we'll wait and see, won't we? Just get. Oh my god!
What is it? You just want to see what magical things are?
I want to see if I can pick up something unusual. 'Cause I'm going to follow this up with detect. No, is it? Yeah, detect evil and good to see if there's a trace of something with this Androthera. It doesn't do dragons, but undead. Fey, fiend, celestial, elemental. He's less dragon and more substance at this point, isn't he? So
That is potentially true. When you do the detect magic, you get pings of all the magical items that he has. Make an Arcana check.
I'm wonderful at those.
Could I assist him?
4.
Cast
I'm gonna.
divine sense?
Can I do a
You can,
guidance?
you can assist him, right?
Can I cast
No.
divine sense?
You're gonna cast Divine Sense.
Yeah.
What does Divine Sense do?
Detects fiend, undead, celestials. No? Within 30 feet, right?
60.
Celestial fiends and undead.
60, yeah, oh, nice.
Yeah, just in case if I tip my 4 to a 5, I'm going to use guidance on myself. There you go, 7.
7? You don't really notice anything else. And as Ruin kind of focus, Aki, you have all eyes on you at the moment, trying to kind of analyze you as they cast these spells. And you see Ruin glowing, his eyes, flaring in this kind of silver color. And although there is no sense of, fiend or undead or anything like that, give me an Arcana check as well.
I'm taking the
Is
point
that-
and doing the detect evil and good thing for me then. Just
Who's
leave it
doing
alone.
Arcana? Am I doing
think-
Arcana check?
Oh no,
No,
Ruin.
Lucky.
Yeah,
Okay, I
Guys.
thought you were talking to Aki.
It's a good thing
Sorry.
I'm not here.
11.
Right.
You're trying to focus on whatever it is, but all you're seeing is, once again, that stain over his heart. It's just this divine presence on him that kind of eludes you from anything else. It just kind of draws you in. You're almost like lured to it. Like you need to be next to him. You are close to him. You need that. It's not about protecting him. You're just following Bahamut's sign, and that Bahamut's sign is just making you. Maybe he's important. Making you think like that. Maybe he's important to Bahamut. Question mark? One of those type of situations.
I'll just keep that last bit to myself then, but I'll just keep an eye out for him.
What is it that?
Maybe-
No, sorry. 1 second. What
No.
is it that you wanted to do, Andy? What else?
That's what I was
The-
going to ask him.
Oh,
Too.
okay.
It was detect evil and
Sure.
good. Like it probably won't amount to much, but you seemed like it wasn't a bad idea when I mentioned that Androthodor is less dragon than just sort of raw substance now, so maybe elemental or something. But whatever.
What is Can you just drop the spell? Oh, there is.
There you go. It's not too dissimilar to divine sense, but there's an extra couple of bits on it. That's all.
Okay, give me a religion check in that case.
So am I casting it then?
It will give you something if you want to cast it. That's what I'm saying. But you'll have to make
I'll cast it.
make me a religion check as well. This might give you
Do
a
that.
bit more.
Do that
light.
first. Okay. Religion check. Ooh, look at that. That's the best religion check I've done. And here is rat casting.
All right. As you
I should cast more spells when I'm drunk. I'm doing quite well here.
As you look around with your first detect magic, obviously pings you with everything around and stuff like that. You first don't get you don't get anything. You see Ruin sorry, I keep saying synergy. Ruin keep looking at him, now flaring with his own magic as well, staring towards his chest. A bit unusual, but you begin looking at his chest, and the words of Aki, the heart of Androthodor. It's his heart, and you kind of focus towards that, your magic flares to detect evil and good. And although Aki pings as a good nature, when you stare into that heart, you do not know why, but there is this feral, evil, greedy presence.
Ooh.
But at the same time, you look back towards Ruin, look to the chest. You feel it. You sense something. Something celestial? A presence. But you are unsure. You don't see it or anything. And it's not Aki. And you don't, it's not the heart. It's something else on Aki himself. That it's bizarre. It's lingering. But it's...
Okay. I think... Here's what you'll think. Right. Right, Aki.
Yeah.
I think... Ruin, how rude of me. And he passed you the keg. Have a drink.
Oh, gross! It's cheap.
It is not cheap, you bastard.
It's free.
I paid for
Cheap.
it. You'd shut your mouth and drink, alright? Anyway, more important
I
things.
prefer wine.
I'm on. Anyway, Androthador. Not a good sort. Like there's his heart was taken, but there's some of his essence is left, I think, and that's what lets you go, or less and more. I think.
I like it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there's something left. I imagine, and when you go, it's like a possession.
I'm still in control to an extent. It's not, but we can say it's in that direction. I'm not
Right.
sure enough to say it isn't.
Okay. Right. The power, as I've said before, the power is useful. Just point in the right direction. Just person it once belonged to.
Not lovely.
No, but I get the feeling of desperation. He's feral.
Sure.
Probably if he's been reduced to shadows and dust, I'd be pretty desperate too. Something celestial going with you, and he points at Ruin. Right there, and he points at your chest.
You mean the fact, other than I was brought back by Bahamut in a celestial body?
I just to clarify, it's on Aki's chest that you feel this, not on Ruin's chest.
Oh, sorry, I must have misheard you then.
I don't even know.
Wait, no. Yes, you're right, Azuma, of course. Aki, something celestial, divine as well. In addition to, you said the travelers Fae, yes?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, not him, them.
Okay.
No, something else. Not sure, to be honest.
I mean, there's another.
There's
Two
something
isn't
else.
enough.
Apparently not, but there's something else there that's celestial rather than whatever Androthador is now. Ruin, you're all right. You change your mind. You want something to drink?
Aki looks at Ruin, who has just run up here, slammed both his hands on his chest, and he's got Celestial all over him.
That's how it's happened. Ruin, wash your hands.
No, it's not. No, it's.
You don't want to be clean? Dreadful.
Anyways, let's just keep an eye
You're
out for
leaking.
each other. And you've been drinking too much. Aki, there was one more thing I want to ask before the end of the day, and it's something really important. You remember that tattoo you gave me and Bruce?
Mm-hmm.
I lost it, and I really want it back. I was wondering, I have some gold, and maybe we could go see the enchanter or someone and get some ruby dust.
It was a mountain of ruby dust, and it took a long time, and I was sober.
So you don't care about me enough to do it again?
I'm saying I don't think we don't have enough time between now and when we think we're going to hell to do it again. Was it not 12? It took 12 hours or something.
Oh, I painfully know how long it took. Come on, just we could do this. It'll
We
be your
have
first
that.
tattoo since you got out. I have 6,000 gold, and I can sell my the ring that I got and the rod that I don't use.
And okay, you come up with, I think it was 8,500 golds worth of powdered ruby, and
So I just need
8 to 12 hours of time, and we can talk about it. And I don't know if you can. What about Bruce? What about you? How's your tattoo?
Wait,
Mine?
Yeah,
He
is
opened.
yours gone too?
He pulls his shirt up and it's long gone. Long gone.
Guys.
Errol did for me. A giant jellyfish.
I'm not even going to ask. Nope. Okay, there's clearly not enough time to do everything. Again. But we don't have the components to do this. We just don't. We have the gold without having the components. It took us months last time to pull together all the rubies.
All this day, car.
You know, while you're talking, I'm going to go and talk to Ziggy, and he just sort of rolls off the ceiling and then realizes he can fly again, hits the ground.
As you're leaving, Aki lies back down flat, going, "I can't believe you guys keep losing all this stuff.
I can't help it if I was dead."
I'm supposed to be the responsible one."
So now that you're laying down doing nothing, I'm gonna grab Aki by his legs and I'm just going to drag him off to go see the enchanter to get some ruby dust.
He's not helping. Nope.
That's fine.
He goes limp.
That's fine. Still taking him.
As you struggle up top, trying to drag Aki and Bruce, you making your way down, while this whole conversation has been happening, Ziggy, while you are in your common room, there was a knock on the door.
Oh, interesting. Fuck. Okay, socializing. I'll be okay at this. He opens the door.
Remember your charisma score.
Standing in front of you is a familiar red tiefling, great reader, Silvira Savikas. You stand. She has this kind of rude, disappointing face all the time. You don't know if that's just her natural face, but she looks at you, kind of looks beyond the room, and then she has a book in her hand. The book itself is like a deep, fiery red, leathery book, almost like a tome. And she doesn't say anything and invites herself inside. Where are the others?
They're busy with something, I assume, preparing to go into hell.
Are you busy?
Oh, you mean keeping this place active and trying to keep it held together? Sure. No, I'm not.
Well, while they worry about going into hell, I started doing a little bit more research into where you would be turning up in hell and the history behind what has happened in there. As you may know, I am an expert in the Great Wheel of Plains, and well, my understanding of the hells is far knowledgeable than anyone you may probably seek out in the real world as well. So I'm here to provide you with some guidance of the place and history if you are willing to listen.
Are you asking to join us in the road trip?
No, I'm trying you to listen to
Oh.
me and sit here quietly while I tell you stuff from this book.
I can read the book myself.
No, you will not read the book because there's a lot to read, and I have summed it up in this piece of paper. You could read this piece of paper, but I'd like to explain it to you.
Carry on then.
All right. Well, what do you know about the Avernus?
Consider you make an intelligence check.
You can make a religion or history check. Yes.
Religion, just because I'm better on that modifier.
Okay.
25. Luke doesn't know shit. Ziggy knows good shit.
Tell us what
Just a
Ziggy knows.
Okay.
Fuck you.
I can help if you want.
You can. I'm gonna try this because I know you're the law master. But I'm gonna try saying stuff. If I get anything wrong, just
No,
just,
it's okay.
Just go hover behind him like the Undertaker, ready to fact check him.
yeah.
I will correct you on the information I know nothing about.
Okay. The first layer of hell, Avernus. It was worse. You would know that for the 25, it is not ruled by Tiamat at this stage in history. It is actually potentially ruled by someone, another ruler known as Zariel. And this, there was a
It is a lot of info in it.
no.
So,
You would know that it was once ruled by Tiamat under the grace of Asmodeus, and after the spell plague, which is when magic went poof for a while, disappeared. Asmodeus potentially offered Tiamat to rule it once again, but she declined, and she then, instead of ruling, she became almost like a enforcer of anyone that would oppose Asmodeus himself. Now, Zariel, in this instant, correct me if I'm wrong, Cisco.
no, I think you're doing amazing, man.
Zariel, there is a link between Zariel and I think he tried to. I don't know if he tried to get rid of Tiamat's presence in Avernus, from my understanding, and he.
Yeah, that's what it means, right? Yeah, she tried to do that. Yeah.
And he also used the Red Wizards of Thay in that instance. He tried to use the Red Wizards of Thay in the instance of trying to get rid of Tiamat. Now this all starts kind of clicking into you, and you start getting things. And as you, I don't know, this is all the information that you potentially get on the top of your head about Avernus.
I'm aware of the Sword of Zariel out of game.
Yes.
That's about it.
Okay.
I don't know that, but I imagine it's
a cool sword.
Powerful item. Yeah, nice.
Yes, it's a cool sword for good people.
Yes. While I'm waiting, if you don't know anything, I could explain it to you.
I spout off that to her, and I'm like... You know.
Well, it seems like you have been doing a lot of reading about it then. Or?
Yes, I have been doing a lot of reading. Can I roll deception?
If you want.
Because it's clearly the headband of intellect.
She says, well, most of the information that you've said is true. Well, I'm not too sure how the Red Wizards of Thay influence the situation as well, but if you're saying that it is, then perhaps we could dabble in that information as well and see where we can potentially lead from there. However,
It could be something Gerald is familiar with. He's quite with the he's
is he
I
around?
wouldn't say no. He's busy doing something,
Okay.
but he does have knowledge of the Red Wizards and also various different methods of beheading them, as well as
Alright.
probably some other horrible acts.
Alright. Well, as you may know, you will be going to Avernus, as from what my understanding is. However, the Avernus is a colossal place, and wherever you end up will probably take you a while to navigate through. However, I'm going to try to make this easy for you and your caravan of chaos. You will need to seek out the Bronze Citadel. I have people that are aligned to me and favors that I have on request. If you would seek out said person in the Bronze Citadel, they will take you somewhere with the required information. There is a lot of ins and outs of going through the way I'm telling you to go through. However, there is another option as well. Have you been to Daggerfort?
Yes, we have been, haven't we?
There is a castle close by called Dragonspear Castle.
We've
And
also been to that castle.
We left very quickly.
well, that has a very strong connection to the Hells as well. The story
It's also
Mhm.
swarming with not very nice people, let's say.
Well, from what I've been told and what of information that we've been able to gather, and from history that has transpired there was a material plane there that linked from this plane of existence into Avernus itself. I'm not too sure where within the castle it may be, but that is a more grueling and rigorous and dangerous path. But it may get you closer to Avernus, inside Avernus, and where you need to go as well. However, if you wish to go to the path where you visit the Bronze Citadel, it may take you longer, and you may need to speak to a lot of people. And you may get into trouble as well, and you might end up in dead ends. You may end up going to the Great Avernus Road. You may end up into the Pillars of Skull and end up into the next layer of hell, which is this.
Honestly, the company I keep, trouble finds them. So it's either a death trap for a castle or quite a few dealings with devils.
Tap, 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 tap. Ziggy! Be in the window! It's locked!
At this
Sorry,
point.
we can ignore that.
Why are you ignoring me?
The familiar goes and deals with it. But so we can Dragonspear Castle
Oh,
may
hello.
be the place we have the most knowledge of. That may be a good solution. Potentially could gather some supplies as well while we're there. It could be good to maybe even give them some allies just to be sent there to help us out just for that location as a whole, because it could be a way out as well. If we can keep it clear enough, we can maybe use it to get in and out if we can't plane shift for whatever reason.
Fair enough.
Or once we've cleared it out, it could be good for you to send whoever you can to potentially close that gate once we've gone through.
Very well.
Because we'll have you've given us the means to plane shift out, so we will have our escape ready. But that should be
Right.
dealt with and closed.
I must warn you. The Lord of Lies sees and hears everything within his realm. You must be very careful where you tread and who you speak to. There are those there that may whisper you words that may tempt you or tempt your companions. But you must not listen, and you must push on.
I assure you, our focus is... We have laser focus on our goal.
Tap, 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 Ziggy!
The familiar opens the window.
Oh, jolly good. Oh, hello. He has the keg under one arm. Just coming in. Oh, would you like a drink?
I assure you, we have a laser focus on our mission. That's a 13 on deception.
Yeah, that. Well, look who just walked. Who just floated into the window.
I should roll that with disadvantage.
Drunk before noon.
Okay, that is a 13 deception. Bear in mind, we will do whatever we think is smart enough, and if we already have some information on Dragon's Reach Castle, we were planning an expedition there ourselves, however, this may speed up the process.
Oh, I have a book about that. Hang on, there.
So
Here
we're
you
up
go.
first.
Okay.
Anyway, it could be something we do, but I think we're still preparing as such. I
Well,
think
if
we
you
may plan
decide
an expedition to Baldur's
Well-
Gate to gather some items.
If you do find yourself at the Bronze Citadel, as weird as this sounds, seek out a band. They play there. They're quite popular down in the house. They are known as the Tongue of Chains. Speak to L14. He's the lead singer. He has a very sharp tongue, and but he owes me one, and he may be able to get you wherever you need to go as well.
El Hor.
Elhor, yes.
Is he Spanish for whore?
I'm sorry. What is Spanish?
Nothing.
I think he means Elvish.
Fuck all.
He means Elvish.
Fuck all.
It's definitely Elvish.
I'm pretty sure that's not what his name means in
Okay.
Elvish.
I said fuck all. There's no proof I said anything.
You see the Great Reader gives Bruce, as he climbs through the window, a disappointed look and leaves the room.
I offer the keg as she... No?
Does not acknowledge.
Very well.
Well, Bruce.
Eh?
They just gave us the lead.
Oh.
There's a
That's
potential...
good, right?
Well, yes, there's a way into Avernus that may be closer to our goal.
We're going that way then, right?
Well, there's an issue.
Of course there is.
And I pull up the book. Remember how this thing is filled with demons? You know, this castle?
Was it above
monstrosities
game?
and-
Was it demons or was it hobgoblins or goblins?
Tomato, tomato.
I remember goblins.
I think it was goblins.
Okay. Okay, either way.
Goblins.
Unsavory folk. Okay? It's filled with unsavory folk. However, it may have a portal to Avernus that is remarkably closer in terms of destination to where we need to go.
Right.
So
I
we can
see-
either do that or find a hall in a band in the Bronze Citadel.
And that would take longer.
Apparently, we may have to talk to a lot of demons and do some dealings with demons, and as I said, speak to Ahor.
Right.
Elhor, that was the name. It wasn't Ahor.
You
can do that at
you,
Baldur's
you
Gate.
you meant that. You meant
I
that.
meant that. Well, they're in a band, so I assume.
Right. Well, well, you already know what I think, and I think we should go the fastest way. But,
The fastest way
Yeah.
may get us killed, so we better still prepare. I know. I think it may be necessary to do an expedition to Baldur's Gate if we want to teleport there. We could potentially gather some magical items if the shops are better suited than Candlekeep at the minute, because, well, our main supply is still being rebuilt.
I would like to get some more potions of strength and healing. That strength one I had before was very useful.
These should be gifted to either Yadu and Errol when they return, and I hand them 3 diamonds worth for 300 gold pieces, and be like, give those out when you can. I've taken one of them. Anybody? Actually, who else can cast Revivify? Because I think I know Yadu has it on his sheet, and I know Errol can cast it. But like, Ruin should Ruin have one?
I can. You can. Can Aki?
I don't think Aki has the spell. Okay,
So the only ones who can't are Bruce and Aki.
Okay, so I give you 2 because I left one with Ruin. Let's wreck on that, and Ziggy kept one. So give those
I
to.
have 2. I have 2. You had 2.
Oh, you only gave me 2?
Yes, I was gonna give you
Oh,
more.
for fuck's sake! In that case, I give you. Whenever you see Harold next, give him this. And it's a 300-piece gem. But no, I think an exposition to Baldur's Gate could be good. Gather what items we can there. Potentially, I don't know, just arm ourselves. I think Bycroft may be able to help in some way, I don't know.
If we're teleporting about before we go, do you think we'd have time? I could go a little bit further afield.
Where to?
I'd like to go to the cathedral to Saluna in Waterdeep, or is it Neverwinter? I can't remember.
That maybe.
Your Esmeralda, you mean?
No, that's Bruce's stepmom. Yeah, he wants to go to the. It's the same city, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing that initially she was
Neverwinter.
meant to go to Alaska, and in the end we decided Neverwinter instead.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, Neverwinter, because he wants to
Weren't we-
go to that big cathedral.
Weren't we meant to be doing something in Waterdeep? There was cult stuff, right?
Yeah, it was to do with those that follow the Lord of Lies. There, I
right,
think
okay.
Cisco, you mentioned something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
there was a lot of
going
cultists
to
there.
Dragon Spear will circumnavigate that, right?
Yeah, because
Okay.
the point this was more to angle to try to get to Asmodeus rather than
Yeah,
to try to
Anyway,
Just from the conversation you got with the Great Reader, you get the gist that the Dragon Spear way may be a lot, difficult, treacherous, but maybe shorter. So it's like a risk reward type of situation. But the other one is more kind of less may have less encounters and stuff like that moving forward if you went to the direction of going to the Brass City. So it's up to you guys.
we could just teleport to Waterdeep and then teleport back. I mean, there's still going to be items there. If that's your plan.
Oh, no, I wanted to go to Neverwinter. I wanted to go to the cathedral.
I said Neverwinter. Gift of Gab.
Sure,
I don't have Gift of Gab.
okay. Yes, Neverwinter, like you said.
Yes, Neverwinter. We can teleport to Neverwinter and back. That's
Bruce is
what I
drunk and
said.
easily led right now.
There is no record There is no record of my misspeaking in this game. No record. As I look to the camera.
There's no war in Basting Sea.
Anyway, Waterdeep is somewhere we can go to. I assume the wizards will help us get in and out, and Aki can teleport us back as well.
Alright, while you guys determine that, we just go outside where we see Ruin dragging Aki reluctantly to the Great Reader towards the Enchanter, who is currently
Let's take this cat to the vet.
currently still fixing up their kind of shop. Seeing you approach. Ruin, you're back again.
Yes, I also brought Aki. Look, he's so excited to be here.
Oh, hello, Aki. I heard all about what happened to you, and I'm so sorry that you went through that.
Oh. Well, hearing that, Aki will stand up. Just serious conversation. Yeah. Thanks. You know, if we never talk about it again, that would be fine.
Oh yes, of course. I'm sorry for bringing it up. How can I help you both?
Why did you drag me here?
I was wondering
Actually.
if you had any rubies or ruby dust.
She tends to. They tend to their shop. Well, my shop is currently in You know, you are my first customer after all the things that had happened. Give me a moment. Let me see if I can find anything in the back. 1 second. And you see them kind of going to the back. Why don't you give me a fate roll, Lucky? This is gonna determine if they can rustle up something.
Yep, there we go. Wow.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, no ruby dust at the moment. Some of my possessions were stolen in the attack. I was using quite a few components, and then a few devils and demons thought, "Oh, trash this place." Why would they even decide to trash a place like this? It was so small, but so. Anyway. I'm sorry I couldn't help you. But, Iffy, I'm sure you will be able to find rubies and gems and all sorts in the bigger cities. You could say I'm a little out of commission at the moment. Until I get things back. Maybe a few days, a week, perhaps.
I don't suppose you mysteriously came into possession of anything a devil or a demon may have left behind.
Not necessarily left behind. There was a lot of infernal dust. When they die, they just combust and turn into this ash of some sort. I thought it might be some sort of component that could be used, but I haven't managed to extract anything from it yet. But a little scared to do so as well, to be honest. Apart from that, there were some scimitars and blades that were used, but they didn't really truly have any magical properties. I'm not too sure. There wasn't any. I think all the ones that did come, they were just. I think they were a distraction for some sort. I'm not too sure for what, though. Why would they even attack a library?
Excellent question. Not big readers, I suppose.
I wouldn't say
Paper burns very nicely. They come from hell. We're going to go and ruin their house now. Is there anything that you can give us to make that easier, or would you simply like us to say that screw you when we see them?
Screw you if you do not mind, but anything that could potentially. Why don't you give me a fate roll?
Sure. High as usual, but since I succeeded in the last one, I don't have. Hey!
Ah, okay. What would be a good thing against a
Lucky,
devil
lucky, you
or
look bitter.
demon?
Sorry.
Aki's still
Welcome
picking
back,
the mud
Aki.
out the back of, picking the mud out of his horns.
Do, 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 do. Hey, beep, 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 beep. Oh wait, let me see if this exists.
That's a hell of a thing to say.
Yeah. Do, 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 do.
I think I say that every day I wake up. I was like, let's see if this is this.
Da, 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 da.
I can imagine you waking up like Bernard Black. Black
okay.
books. Look it up.
Maybe.
I think you shared it with me years ago when he woke up the hangover. He's just like,
As you may be going to a very a place where it may be quite dangerous, if I must say. Perhaps this
Yeah.
may be able to help you. And you see him rummaging, them rummaging to the in the back until they get this kind of a glass, almost very fragile-looking orb, a sphere, transparent in its nature, and you say, "Ha! There you go. This is a one use of a well, not one use, but once per day use of a resilient sphere spell. Perhaps if you are in a situation where you're about to be in danger, you may be able to activate this. No need for any attunement or anything, and you'll be able to conjure some a field of protection around you, making you
Cool.
resistant to all damage. Whoever's
Well,
inside this sphere.
Well, I appreciate that hugely. I'll make sure to ruin their stuff as well as they've ruined yours.
Yes, and I mean, I work here. Obviously, I wouldn't want books to be burned, but if you do find a couple of devilish books there, please burn them too.
Sure thing.
Or whatever they
So is
feel
that-
that is important to them. And you can see them kind of getting a bit flustered.
Sorry. What was
Something
that?
like their legs.
What was that item again, by the way?
It's a resilient sphere orb.
Okay. Do I need to make this?
Oh yeah, I'll sort that out, Cisco. Sorry. You can, or you can just keep it as a note in your whoever wants to keep it in their possession.
Aki will hand it to Ruin. No?
No.
Alright.
No.
I'm not going
Give
to
it
beg you.
Maybe Ziggy or Harold, someone who's.
I'll make it. Give me 2 minutes.
Well, Aki will hold on to it for now until he finds a good home for it.
As you step outside, you bump into a great reader as well, Arcalist. Sorry, you said Cisco. Where did Arcalist go? You mentioned
Say
last
it again?
You said Arcalist, the great reader, took some avodes and went somewhere last.
Oh yeah, he went to Jago's Lake, right?
Oh, he went to Yoda's Lake. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe
Perhaps
no. That's what.
Can't
Can't remember now. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
change
no,
that.
you're right.
Reader.
That sounds right.
1 second. I'm getting the information here. Okay. Who would be the best person to see this? Yeah. Okay. Actually, you bump into Vizier Arg, the Githzerai great reader, who is floating around everywhere, and he sees you coming out of the shop, and he approaches you both. Although you are not whole, Caravan of Chaos, we have further information about the Temple of the Dragon Queen that you have recently escaped from, should I say. When we sent some, we sent a few mercenaries or those that are capable to the location of where you said the temple was. And what we found there was not as you had described it, actually. It was strange. There was no dragons or drakes or wyverns around the temple flying around, actually. There were actually a few dead around, as if that there was some sort of battle. They had been scorched or we aren't sure, but there was a sense of great divinity in the air. We first thought, we believed that it was the evil presence of the Dragon Queen herself, but it was not. It was different, almost pure and good in a way. The temple seems to be in a disarray. The obelisk that you said shattered, broken, and well, it was strange. It was as if that there was a claw mark, like it had been struck down by some sort of beast with a claw. Maybe another dragon, perhaps. Yeah.
When you say another a dragon,
we are not sure.
The size of the mark implies a size of dragon this person had seen before, or something bigger.
Oh well, the bigger.
Right.
We aren't sure what it was. Perhaps. Furthermore, there is more to add to this. It seemed like all the gold you mentioned about in the treasury or the hoard, it was not there anymore. It had been taken. Not a single gold was left. However, there was this strange chain around the obelisk. And he pulls something out of the bag, and it looks like it almost looks like a chain with a handle at the end. Kind of
this
resembles...
is the obelisk that I was largely attached to, or in the same room as for a little while.
Yes, but this chain itself looks almost ornamental. It's got this kind of sheen to it, a glow, kind of silverish to it. The parts of the way as the chain goes through, there are kind of like spiked edges towards it, and the tip of the chain itself has this kind of almost like a serrated edge. Could be used as a whip.
Ooh.
So it looks like a whip. That's what I heard there.
Whip. Yes.
That's interesting. It's hellish, but it's interesting.
This was wrapped around the obelisk.
I wonder what use that could have been.
We're still investigating. We aren't sure what this could be, but know that place is is torn
Abandoned.
apart and abandoned. Yes.
Well, it does not sound like it was abandoned willingly if the obelisk was destroyed, and that in itself is good news.
Indeed.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you very much.
he starts putting it back into his bag.
Oh,
Something
Yes.
squeaked.
you're just gonna keep that?
Well, we were going to see why this specific item was bound to it. Maybe do a bit of research on it. Speak to the other great readers, perhaps. Identify where it could possibly have come from.
You know, I actually know someone who's really great at identifying things just like that. He's upstairs. He's really annoying, but he wears archmage robes.
I'm not too sure who you're referring to, but
I I I could take it off your hands. I'll even make you a deal. I know how much you guys care about objects and treasures, just like myself. I will.
No one cares as much as Ruin does.
How about I give you this, and I'll show off the ring of telekinesis, and I'll even point down towards the rod of the Packkeeper. These are both really great artifacts, and you know you won't come by these often.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to bargain with me?
Did you just want to give me the whip?
Well, well, yes. If you feel like it was more use to you, yes.
Well, I can't just take it. I'm supposed to be nice now.
I mean,
You can accept gifts when you're going to hell for people.
Oh, are you gifting it to me then? I'll take it as a gift.
all right. I hope it
Can-
is
is,
whatever it
can-
is. You would have a good use for it.
So you know nothing of this thing right now.
Oh, I just received it now. I was going to go back to my chamber to identify.
Ziggy
And
can feel. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ziggy can feel the spell slots leaving his body before he's cast the spell.
Is the Gith is holding this in his bare hands? Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Can I detect magic on it quickly before Ruin manages to do something we're all going to regret?
Okay. As you cast detect magic, there is a powerful presence of magic coming from there. It's not evil in any sense, or you can't see if there's any curse or anything like that on it. But I think
Is there any school of magic?
probably. Let me see what the school of magics they are.
Does Ziggy have to wander in and identify this?
Yeah, probably. I say maybe abjuration, maybe divination.
But Aki will ask Ruin to hold off attuning to this until we know what it is, given where it came from and what it was attached to. Can you control yourself for 15 minutes?
Ruin synergy. Ruin. I will stop saying synergy. Ruin. As you look at this whip, it's again that same stain. Divinity shrouds it all over it. Whatever they're saying to you, or whatever this great reader has said to you, you have a feeling that a great wrath of Bahamut must have waved through whatever on the temple of Tiamat.
Whoa.
And this is something that was left behind. You're not sure if it was left for you. but now it is in front of you.
Ooh, bisexual divergence. Break. Breakdown.
Aki, I know normally I get into a lot of trouble, but I feel like I was meant to find this.
I mean-
With the greatest of respect, Rune, you have said that about everything you've ever found. So, may we make sure that you're not about to turn into something else, blow up, and, be a bad guy
And also-
against your will.
I would also like to correct you. We found it.
There's also that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will not bond with the weapon, but I will hold on to it. Is that fair?
That appears to have not affected anybody so far, so hopefully.
Okay. You could even. I will not separate from your side until we find Ziggy. Okay.
You're doing great.
That sounded really condescending, Ross.
Alright.
In Aki's defense, he's still drunk.
Yeah.
It's true.
Ruin's gonna like grab the whip and just. Oh, it's got that new whip smell.
Okay.
Aki, also, I need to go to the bathroom.
I'm not coming with you.
You said you wouldn't separate from me.
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm taking my whip with me.
An hour later, Rue's been going alongside. Oh no.
I mean, flagellation is a religious thing. I'm just
yeah.
saying that. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn Puritans.
I'm gonna identify that when I get the chance.
Well, we'll get to that in a bit. But
Yeah.
as you all gather your things and prepare to move on to either going to a bigger city to gather more items and supplies before moving to your crucial destination, or either Dragon Spear Castle or teleporting yourself to the city of Brass, we will go take a short break and then come back and continue our story from there. So don't go anywhere. See you all in a bit. Bye. welcome back. Alright, so you guys were just chilling about, gathering stuff, got stuff from Candlekeep. Where to next?
I mean, an idea was to go to either Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep for magic items. I think we said Waterdeep because there's a temple there you want to go to, Bruce?
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter. That's what I said.
I absolutely heard you say Neverwinter.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Definitely said. What the
Definitely
fuck is
said it.
wrong with me today?
As well, remember you have the Lord's Alliance 10% discount.
Yes,
So
we
yeah.
do.
Ooh. Okay,
That
maybe
applies
go to
to
Neverwinter
everyone.
then.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do
Yes.
have a staff discount at Neverwinter.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
in Neverwinter, all the places that belong to
Yeah.
Alliance, so pretty much all the
So-
important places. Yeah.
We can use Candlekeep's resources to teleport to Neverwinter because we've been there,
Mm-hmm.
and then
fine.
Aki can teleport us back because I don't have a scroll of teleportation.
Esmeralda
Anyway.
could help us.
Also, that.
Yeah, but we have ways to get back. That's fine.
Yeah, we do. We do. Okay,
I
so
think we need to load up before we ACDC this. So let's
Before-
So,
Get everything
what
together.
did
before we, before we all go, Bruce wants to let the crew, the caravan. Sorry, that's a different party. Know something.
Okay.
He's like, it's a shame Errol's not here yet, but I can tell him later. But it's just before we go, everybody. Given how our luck tends to go, I just want to ask you all something. If, when we are down in Avernus, if we get to a situation where this is just specifically myself, if I need to stay behind or give myself up to ensure that the Dahlia and yourselves get away, I need you to take her out of there and not to worry about me. I can't do what happened yesterday with Flair again. I'm asking you all to agree to that, if it comes down to it.
It won't come down to it, however, we'll make sure of it.
There's
I
not 2
appreciate
hours
that.
ago you refused to let me do something which might result in me being left behind.
I never said I wasn't a hypocrite.
We should get clones ready. We don't have time for that.
I can't make that promise either, Bruce, but I promise that we'll all come back safe.
I just need to know that she gets out.
Maybe I can get clones myself ready.
Ziggy,
Twice
I'm
I've-
going to clone you, just so I can kill both of you.
Bruce will chuckle at that, but just I've already failed her twice.
You
There can't be a
you haven't
third.
failed her.
Ziggy, I
I'm gonna
have.
get her back.
As much as there wasn't choice in it or circumstances were against us, the fact of the matter is I've failed her twice. I can't do it again.
One way or the other, she's leaving.
Yes, she must.
Then we prioritize that. We stand there, and then we deal with what's in front of us.
But anyway, the main thing now is that we're preparing for this and, well, ready to go wherever.
Ready to go through the breach. Maybe one last time.
And anyway, I've made sure you're all, like, I control when you all live and die, it's fine.
Jolly good.
Well, let's go and find something shiny to stick up what's their name's ass, shall we?
Have we passed on... Ziggy, did you get word to the Elfbane or... Actually, Ashgareth? Surely he would help us.
I
Did not
I-
get the chance.
actually sent out a letter. No worries.
Probably
it
best coming
interconic
from
just so he could read it.
Another dragon. So
Sure.
Kind of.
I think perhaps I've missed something there.
Wait, is that the gold dragon?
no. The
Copper dragon.
he was a bronze dragon. Young fellow.
Yeah, I remember him now. Sorry, that's a good shout.
Aki will let everybody else know what we were told by the Great Reader when we came out from the Enchanters as well about the obelisk being gone, and ask Ziggy if he wouldn't mind making sure Rune doesn't kill himself with this new toy.
That's probably for the best, and I'll spend 10 minutes identifying that while we're getting ready to teleport.
Right. Well, as soon as Errol's back, we make our way to Neverwinter.
Fucking hell, man! You gotta get yourself killed with this thing. It'll be glorious,
No.
though.
No, it's fine. I promise. Listen, it's shiny. It's great.
What are you, a magpie?
More that than a dragon.
Are you guys waiting for Harold and then going to Neverwinter?
No.
He'll catch up to us, surely. Come on.
I thought that's what that's what you just said.
Well, and Bruce might have said that, but it's Harold. Come on. He's got that rift spanning thing that makes portals or finds them or something.
Yeah.
I'll get a vote to just kind of wait for Errol to return and say, we went to Waterdeep to do some Neverwinter.
You said it
hell.
again.
Jesus Christ! Look.
I don't...
He meant Neverwinter.
Okay, they're both
yes,
aquatic
yes.
themed cities.
No, it's Waterdeep.
Sorry, what did...
Never want. We're going to Neverdeep. We're going to Neverdeep.
Yes. Let's go to Neverdeep.
We're going to Neverwinter. We're going to
Winter
Neverwinter.
water.
Let our elf friend know.
Did you catch that? Did you catch all of that? Do you want us to repeat it again?
Yes, no, okay.
Neverwinter.
Never water.
Winter, what? Never? Okay, sure.
Winterdeep.
Winter deep.
You're gonna get a really bad review once Bookworms returns, you know that. Once we save him.
I thought you were the new headmaster of Candlekeep. Can't you just give him a bad review?
Once... We have to confirm the last Archmage died, okay? There's a whole thing, I've looked into it.
Alright, the other takes note, and you guys head to the teleportation to go to
God, I'm a mess.
Winter. As you step on the teleportation, Shazam! You are taken out of the Candlekeep and sent far north. Oh, hey!
Hey, Joey.
Perfect timing.
Terrific timing.
Indeed, perfect timing.
Hey, Johnny.
Do we want to in-game wait for Errol to get back, or I'm assuming the DMs have a thing planned for?
He's gonna catch up to us. He's got that.
I think we're gonna do a time merge and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Hello.
So let's say
Hey,
for the time being, you're almost leaving to Neverwinter, but haven't left yet. If that's okay with Mo as well.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
Joe
we
is,
do
yeah.
that.
Cool.
Hey.
And then let's see.
Alright. Welcome, Harold Emmerfield. Alright, let's shift the music as you guys almost attempt your way to head to Neverwinter. You see
Waterdeep.
Harold. Oh, is it Waterdeep? And
It was Winterdeep.
Damn it.
Yep, too deep. As you look before you teleport, you see Harold heading back towards you guys, and you see him. He has a face of a distant, 1,000-mile stare to him as he makes his way towards you. And as he kind of stands in front of you, we'll go back a little bit in a bit time to where you, Harold Emmerfield, you find yourself. Let me switch the music. Can't remember what music I put last week, but I'll find it.
Joey, while music being changed, basically you've got a Revivify gem. We got you one of those. Also, instead of going, we've got two ways of going into Avernus. One is dangerous, and the other is less dangerous but more demons.
Takes longer.
And
Yeah.
takes longer. However,
Yes, direct and horrible, or less direct and
Yeah.
slightly less
if
horrible.
we take the more dangerous route through the Dragon Spear Castle, we will be closer to our goal when we get into Hell. Or if we go through the Bronze Citadel, which will be the longer route, we can potentially do it safer just with, but then have to end up traveling more.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I know what I want as player Joey, and depending on this conversation goes, I might know what Errol would want, but
Also, we're going to be doing some shopping in Waterdeep.
Definitely
But
Waterdeep.
it's a fucking hell.
Damn it.
You did it again. What is going on?
I think we
Don't
should
know,
do
but
like
now I'm
don't say
stuck.
Vegna, don't say Neverwinter or Waterdeep because you did psychic damage. That's gonna be like from now. Fuck you all.
oh man,
He's already taken psychic damage.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it definitely has.
No.
1 second, I'm just bringing up some newts.
Yeah, actually, if you could share those, I'm just going crazy looking for them. I can't find them.
no worries.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'll share it with Cisco.
Yeah, thank you, man.
There's-
I think I've shared it. Yeah, there we go. Very good. Got it?
Oh, also,
Through. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, thank you.
Also, you can add a bracelet of telepathic bonds to your inventory, and it will grant
AK.
you.
AK copy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's not.
I came up with that idea. I came
It
up
is-
with it.
it-
It's a
it
COC.
is.
Yeah.
You
Proud of
feel
yourself.
so-
Don't
You're so
don't
proud
be
of
proud of that,
yourself.
Lucky. Don't be fucking proud of that. Either way, we can now communicate with each other telepathically.
All
To
right,
the power
that's
of fuck.
one less thing. Yep.
All right. Let
A
me...
very hard, well-built, connected bond.
You need to
Fucking
stop.
hell, Lucky.
Stop right now. Now for Errol. Now it's time for Errol to deal with horrible trauma.
Yeah. Speaking of, yeah. So this is very horrifying, also confusing. Anyway.
As you...
Mhm.
We shift from... we look at the thousand eye stare of Errol Everfield as he... as he looks towards the caravan of chaos, his party, and he goes back into just what happened a few moments ago. You find yourself in the Cloakwood Forest, standing in your old home. Still memories that are present every time you visit. This time, there is realism. As the hood is taken off, there stands before you your sister, Mel. Her head bald, her tattoos across her head, pointy ears.
What the
Hello, brother.
hell? I don't. I mean, why are you wearing those robes and why are you bald?
She kind of looks you over. She sees similar, familiar tattoos on the side of your head.
Mhm.
That shine at the moment as you encounter your sister, much more like whoosh, they materialize again.
It's so much more prominent now. She doesn't say anything at the moment, but she kind of looks to the side, and you see the other kind of cloaked figure sitting next to Dr. Greg, just a little way back, maybe 30-40 feet behind you all. You see the other person take off their hood, and there you see your brother, D. But he has the tattoos, bald head. He has this deep scar on his cheek that was not present the last time you saw him. That was hundreds of years ago. And he looks towards you, and there's this. You're unsure if it's what. Give me an insight check.
Sure. Let me get that
This
rolled
is-
up
this is
right
on-
now.
D.
Sure. I forgot to change my dice, so that may explain the bad roll.
There's no bad roll.
oh,
21.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
21!
Pretty win.
You do not know his intentions, but you can tell that he's been through a lot and survived,
Just close the door when you go.
and he has become
Close the door. That's all.
either stronger
Sorry.
or even more dangerous. But you would know that as well because you have become the same. The amount of Thanes that you have slain and traveled across the realms searching for them, stopping them from whatever they were doing without any regards. You kind of get that same eerie feeling from him. That he's done things that things that you would not even blink of an eye, he would do the same. And then you look back to your sister, who doesn't have that same kind of ominous threat, but you still are taken back from her presence. And you see her equally cautious, confused, emotional. Emotional? Is she? You're unsure. Make an insight check.
Sure. And while I'm doing that, I'll just ask her. I don't understand. Where have you two been? And then I'll just look at Doc. I'm assuming he's also just not even looking in our direction, or he's just saying something else. You two were alive this entire time?
We just recently found out that you were.
I mean, I'm very happy to see you, but what happened to you both?
Is D at this point approach?
If he
as
wants
well?
to, that's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you will see like in a slow motion, D will approach, look towards you, and as he looks at you, you see on his eyes just like he's almost looking through you. And he looks towards your sister and says, "This is gonna take long."
Okay, I mean, I don't need to sleep. I don't get it. I searched so many of the planes for you two.
Yes, I'm sure you did.
I went through the hells and heaven several times. I looked everywhere for you two.
You should have looked within yourself. You've always been. We all have always been who we are.
Who we are?
I've come back.
Your sister speaks up. Era, we have been through so much since. She turns and looks towards the familiar ground since what happened here. We've gone through understanding reason why it all happened. And because of Mum. It was all because of Mum.
Well, I mean, okay, so I'm assuming you also know about Mom then. About... Yeah. I only learned that when I found Max Horrigan, and I had some help, but he's dead now. Apparently, he killed himself back in Waterdeep.
Sastan wasn't happy about that. And when she says that, you see Dee grab Mel's hand, as if to kind of making it like almost like an insight on that, if you want.
I mean, I'll just roll another one. Yeah. Oh no, that's.
Oh, it's still
I'm
okay.
rolling-
It's almost like he's stopping her from saying things to you, like be cautious in a way. And she kind of pulls her hand away, kind of aggressively, and looks towards him, and then looks back towards you. I see your tattoos have come through.
My tattoos, right? This I'm just touch it slightly. I'm actually trying to get rid of this, which I haven't made great progress with. But
You can't get rid of it. It's in our blood.
what do you mean? It's a curse. You can undo curses.
A curse. It's a gift.
Gift? What the? Are you?
Control yourself, Emmerfield. You don't want to overstep other people's ideals, do you?
I-
Brother.
Did you both not remember what happened here? You know, our aunt is dead. They killed Dad. They stabbed Rio into the ground with ice. What do you mean it's a gift? I mean, I'm happy to see you both, but I'm also very confused and I have a lot of questions, but okay, this is great. We could figure out a way to get rid of this, and then I'll just gesture towards this, and then...
They saved us. There is no getting rid of this. What do you mean? What is
Saved us.
wrong with you?
Saved us. They bashed Mom's head in!
She deserved it.
Stop
She
it,
should
you
not
two.
have betrayed it.
You see Mel say, "Stop it, both of you."
You see, like, for a second, that there is like an arcane aura just kind of like gets out of him, like out of anger, as he looks down and looks to the side.
At this point, you look over to Dr. Gret, who seems to
Gret,
be
yeah.
in a sitting still on the log, and he's kind of in a kind of stasis, like he's you don't think he's paralyzed, but he looks very spooked and very scared. And you, with your kind of insight of the whole situation with the roles that you've done so far, you kind of get you're kind of like, why is he not running away? Is he scared? What was the reason behind? Why is he still sitting there? You kind of, these thoughts kind of come to you before Mel kind of breaks your trail of thoughts, and she says, "Let's walk." And she kind of pulls
Sure.
you aside, away
And
in
I'll walk with
the
them.
kind of and away from the earshot from your brother D as well. She takes you kind of a little away from the home, not too far, maybe about 30, 40, 50 feet away, where you see these kind of thicker woods where you used to play games and used to climb the trees and do drills and whatnot. And she kind of stands there and she kind of looks towards you and she gives you a smile. Not from it's so confusing, the juxtaposition between your brother and her, because when you were young, your brother was so joyful compared to the both of you. Now he's so different. But your sister, I don't know, you're unsure if she's being truthful or not. But she stands there and she kind of stops you and says, "Do you remember these woods?"
Yeah.
Do you come here often?
I came here a couple times after everything. I had to bury Mom and Dad and Grandpa, and I had to also bury Rio and all of them, but look, it just... Why... You mentioned Saz Tam wasn't happy about that. What do you mean, and why do you care?
She puts her hand on your chest over here. Do you remember the game that we used to play? And she says, hide and seek in Elvish to
In
you.
Sylvan, yeah.
In Sylvan, she says it to you, but it's not the same hide and seek.
Arsalas at Kalakta.
Salas at Krakt. But it wasn't the usual human hide and seek that you know it. It was different. It was almost like a training as well, where you were blindfolded, and they would hide in the bush, and you would listen out for any movement, any sound, or anything, and seek them out that way, without any sight. Elven training, but at the same time, it was fun as your kids. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I got so good at it.
She kind of gets a blindfold out, and can I?
All right.
And she goes behind you and puts it around your head, and then she says, "Okay, count to 10
Mm-hmm.
and listen."
And Errol will slowly start counting. Uno, dos, tres. And then, eventually it gets up to 10, and then he'll just listen out.
Make a perception check.
Sure. Oh, damn. That was... Wait, hold on. Let me see. I'm going to use a personal inspiration because I want to. So.
You have group inspiration. You have
We've
4
got
of them.
4. We've not
Are
been
you guys
touched.
okay?
Yeah,
you guys
definitely. They've not been
that?
touched. We have 4 of them.
Go for it. Go, go,
Alright,
go.
I am very sorry, guys. I'm going to use a group inspiration to reroll that perception. That's still terrible, but better.
No, that's good. As you hone into your senses and you focus in, listening to your surroundings, you hear a shuffle in front of you, and you instinctively reach out and you touch, and you recognize it's your sister Mel. Then you hear the shuffling footsteps of Dee walking back towards kind of Dr. Gret, and then you hear Dr. Gret's deep breath, almost a bit in fear as he speaks, as he just breathes. And then you hone in even more, and then you realize that the creaking in the woods, there are other people in the woods. And she says, "You found me." And then she takes the blindfold off. Make one more insight check.
Also, when you take the blindfold off, you see a raven that is kind of perching in a tree branch that looks so still that it just doesn't make sense that a normal bird will be so still. It feels that that could be some kind of familiar from someone knowing your knowledge of magic that is just there listening to your conversation. Okay.
You feel like in that moment your sister was telling you to be cautious. And despite what she looks like and what she is, despite how many years have passed, there was warning there that there are other people in this woods listening. want to be careful. And then she says to you, come back with me.
Where?
He wants to see you.
Who?
Zastan.
And if I don't?
She kind of looks down.
And what? Too many of them were dropping? Is that why they had you two the entire time? Why it is that we're having this conversation right now? Is that it?
You've become a thorn in his plans.
Hmm.
The raven looks straight into your face, like almost like, and that's like a deep stare.
Hmm. If I come with you, does Doc get to leave? He's not part of this.
Yeah, I don't know. But all I have to say is, from all our family, we survived. And I don't want to lose anyone else.
Almost starting to feel like I lost everyone else already. If there's a way where you can get Doc to be able to leave, I will come with you. Not gonna fire on anybody.
I think you should be concerned about yourself, Era.
Well, like I said, it's been a century and a half. So far, this is the closest they gotten to actually hurting me. Kudos to them for that. He died a coward, by the way, and he'll just say out loud. He died in fear. Alone, abandoned. Just thought you should all know out there.
The raven peeks into the tree with the beak quite aggressively 3 times.
Those... You see her reluctance of speaking, of saying things that may put you and potentially her in danger.
They really hurt you two, didn't they?
I'm fine. D is fine.
For now. And this Saz Tam, he just wants to speak with me?
Make an insight check.
I'm gonna re-roll another group inspiration because I feel like
Go
this
for
is
it.
the moment when she's gonna tell me I am so sorry.
No, stop apologizing.
It's
We're
fine,
near,
man.
we're near the end of the
We were
session.
literally
Look
just
at that.
shopping. We
Look
were
at
just
that.
shopping.
Oh,
Just do it.
We were just shopping, man. It's fine.
So I got a 31. Yeah.
The look on her face, it's like reading the truth behind your own words. And you know that it's not just words that he wishes to speak. He wants to erase you.
I see.
And the look that she gives you now, and you've seen many years ago, you know what to do. She needs you to escape. She needs you to fight back and leave with Dr. Gray.
I see. Well, you know, and then he'll be holding the blindfold. You always were a bit earnest, sis. So, sorry about this. And immediately, or no, Errol doesn't say it out loud, he just apologizes. And Sylvan, sorry about this, and please stay alive for me. And what Errol's gonna do as a bonus action, he is going to use his Nature's Veil ability. And it's a very short period.
As you kind of like do this, that is pretty much invisible as you do it.
Mhm.
Make a dexterity check.
Just a plain dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume there's a trap, which is fine. That's a 15, so I'm probably going to get hit by whatever it is.
Nope, you don't. As you kind of like are in the process of becoming invisible, you see the raven kind of like darts on your direction, and you see on the claws is about to actually touch you with some kind of a spell, but then
Yeah.
you
And then,
punch before that.
As you move away,
Errol-
you see Mel almost go into an aggressive stance, but you know that she's only doing it because she needs to. But you see
Yeah.
D on the other side immediately begins scouring the area looking for you, and his expression is to find you. There is this determination.
He just floats, actually, if that's cool with you. More.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It starts like levitating, but not very high from the ground, just like this kind of wizard, like acting like moving a straight line kind of thing.
And
Cool.
begins kind of looking around you. What do you do?
So I'm going to be basically, if we were to take an initiative, I'm going to actually sneak. I'm going to be using my stealth skills for the short duration that I'm invisible to get in a good little trench of like woodland, because Errol knows this fucking place too well. And he's just going to be using his own like sensibilities of crawling on the ground. And even when the invisibility is gone, he is going to be basically crawling, basically pulling a Solid Snake style sort of like sneaking through. If you guys ever played Metal Gear Solid 3, sneaking through the woods.
You didn't put a cardboard box over your head.
If
That is
only.
the ultimate stealth.
And he's gonna make his way slowly, or kind of slowly, with like a bit of rush focusing on hiding himself, using basically his action to like make a high check to go to where he remembers seeing Dr. Gret last. And as he is sneaking, he is going to hopefully eventually reach the back of Dr. Gret, and he is going to, in Dr. Gret's hand, if it's like this where his palm's out, he's just going to sneak in a potion of flying to him, and a, let's see what else I have, and a no, +1 shield will be too noticeable. If I could only sneak one thing,
Make an stealth check as you see
Sure.
flying in the air. There is like these eyes starts to glow with this kind of like blue light that you recognize he's using something to see things that are not really there.
would I argue that I get advantage because of my boots on the stealth check?
No,
Oh, the
up
sound.
to more.
Yeah, you'd get advantage because he's looking for invisible. You're not invisible anymore. You're actually
No.
using the terrain
Yeah.
as your
Yeah.
as your stealth, so you have advantage.
So I don't know. Let me see if it'll actually. Okay, so select roll mode, advantage. There we go. Okay, wow, that could have been terrible. I don't know if I can get better than that because it's not worth trying to use an inspiration. I'm just gonna have to take the 32.
You hear
Oh,
Mel.
was that
in the-
all?
Yeah, you hear Mel in the distance goes, "Where is he? Find him! You must be here somewhere." And then you hear the the kind of crow kind of flying out. You begin to hear rustling and sounds of other footsteps in the distance, kind of moving around, shifting, looking around as well. But you manage to move through slowly, shifting, and as they search for you, you still see D kind of close to kind of Dr. Gret, but his eyes shining, floating, looking around, and doesn't see you. And behind you, pop the potion into Dr. Gret's hand.
The potion of flying. I think he would recognize it by just looking at it.
Yeah, you see
Hopefully.
that his hands are actually tied. So
Right, and then afterwards, Errol is gonna basically pull out a his dagger, and he's just gonna slowly start cutting the rope off of his hand after handing it to him.
okay, and this is what happens after you. The rope gets cut off. You see Dr. Gret begin drinking straight away this potion, trusting you immediately, knowing that it's you. And as he drinks it, he turns around and grabs you, and then
Yep.
goes.
And
You see him immediately trying to dimension door away. At this point, you see D turn around and swing a spell towards you, trying to counterspell the spell that's.
I would like to counterspell his counterspell.
And at that moment, brother and brother meet. Spells collide.
Can I headcanon what it looks like?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just look like, this multicolored, almost rainbow dimension door opening and seeing D flying up in the air. His will be like a very kind of dark, almost borderline black sort of green. And then you'll see coming out of Errol's tattoo and his hand a much lighter, kind of like a green color of like a lightsaber looking kind of electricity as the two electricities just like clash with each other.
The magic dissipates. The dimension door goes through. You disappear in mid-air in flight as Dr. grabs you and begins flying away, and your vision is seeing the forest kind of flying and disappearing from your sight. There you see your brother and your sister looking up towards you, flying away hundreds of feet away, and there you begin to see other shadowy figures. You can't tell who they are, beginning to, about 3 or maybe 4 of them, stepping into the kind of open, looking towards your direction, but they do not give chase. And eventually you find your way traveling towards Candlekeep, where Dr. Gret, before going into Candlekeep, stops just before in a woods in the area.
Okay.
Steps down.
Doc, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm just gonna give him a massive hug. Oh my god, it's so good to see you.
Hey, it's all right. I'm really sorry I had to put you in that situation.
It's okay, but did you know?
I had no clue they were alive.
Okay. I mean, now I know that for sure, and now I know that.
Hey, it's okay, it's okay. And he kind of gives you a hug, seeing that you're getting.
Okay.
This is like the first time you could see Errol. Maybe he's seeing Errol beam emotional. He's always
Yeah,
logical. He's always thinking. There is this stutter in your voice, this quickened breath as you keep babbling and saying things. And he's like, "It's all right.
I looked
Sorry.
everywhere for them.
I know."
Everywhere. And it's like they're here and they're gone at the same time, but oh my god, oh, sweet Sylvanas, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Apparently their boss wants me because of my mom, and I mean, sure, I've killed a lot of his guys, and that's fair, but he kept them two alive. Why?
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't have these big ears for no reason. I heard a couple of them speaking, and they definitely are up to something. And I think the Whispered One is involved with them too.
Oh god damn it. We just fucking got him out of one of our friends. And now he's coming to me.
Well, you may have some tie-in with that, but whatever you're trying to do with your friends, they don't like it. And I think they just wanted to stop you. So what I'd say to you, and you listen closely, you go with your friends, you go do what you need to do, and you get it done. And you stop them, and you stop them in the path. And then we'll go get your sister and brother. Alright?
Thank you, Doc. I owe you.
You don't know.
Well, I
me
lost
nothing.
count.
You don't owe me nothing.
It's just I can't leave them, Doc. Not just my brother and sister. I also can't leave them, but I can't leave the caravan to go and, well, we're basically trying to rescue somebody from hell, from Avernus. I can't just leave them to do that. I have to go do this. So, look, Candlekeep, if you just mention my name, you could just stay in my room. That's a relative. I know so many people there.
Hey, I know people there as well. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna try to find my way and see if I can get more information about what's kind of going on from their side.
I'm just gonna give him another big hug again. Please keep yourself safe. I don't want to lose anybody else.
I was a little distracted, and they caught me off guard, but I won't let that happen again. That's for sure.
Please help me get them back.
I will.
Thank you, Doc. And then Harold will pull out the carpet. Do you need a ride somewhere? I'm gonna be taking this.
No,
to
I'm alright. I'll see you around, kiddo.
I'll see you around. Bye, Doc. And then Harold will just leave. And he will actually be crying tears as he's driving. Fuck!
And it is at this point you see the rest of you, Harold, Emmafield, walking towards you as you prepare to teleport towards not Waterdeep,
Hey, Harold.
Neverwinter.
Hey, Harold, you're back. We were just about to do some shopping.
Your meeting not go well?
My brother and sister are alive.
That's great.
So confirmed then. We'd heard that they were.
They tried to
Are
kill
they-
me.
That's a lot to unpack.
So,
Oh fuck.
Retail
Were they-
therapy.
Hold on.
Can you
met-
elaborate? Were they controlled, forced to?
I don't know. I don't. I thought about it on the way here. I didn't even sleep. I fucking rode the entire way here, took the most scenic routes that I took, and it's like they're gone, but they're They're
Right.
they're
Start from the beginning.
well. I went to the woods. Dr. Gret called me for a meeting. I bumped into them, and they had these guys, and then he'll gesture to the tattoos. They fucking had this.
The
And-
the
So, I
Thayan.
mean, your mother, it comes
Yeah.
from her, right?
Yeah, but they went a lot more than I did, apparently. And, you know, they were talking about what happened there, and
Make a quick history check as you actually think of something. As you remember
Sure.
the patterns exactly of they had, there is a flash of thought.
I'm going to try my best. But oh, that's actually good. 21.
Look at
You
that.
realize
Pretty weird.
that the tattoos they had was exactly the same pattern that Safina in Neverwinter.
Oh, yeah. And
Almost like they could belong to the same faction within the order.
Wait, did we ever confirm she was like we know because the movie?
We met her and we
Yeah.
saw her tattoos,
I
but
think Herald of all people
Yeah,
would know
you were-
that's a
yeah,
fucking
you-
red wizard.
Yeah, you saw
He
you
just
saw her
confirmed it
tattoo
right now.
just for a second, you know.
Right, okay,
But yeah,
just making sure.
They had
the same way she
tattoos
felt
as-
you. Yeah.
They had the same tattoos as that bitch back in Neverwinter. Sophia.
she's a Thayan. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
And
Then Bruce, keep up. I was about to say Andy then. Fucking hell.
We didn't confirm she was Thayan when we met her. Now I feel
Yeah,
this is the.
yeah,
you
didn't know.
you still haven't fully confirmed it. This is something that only you saw within your mind, kind of
Memory
thing. You
banks,
know?
yeah.
It could be.
and
It
No,
could
but-
not really be there. It felt like
I mean,
you felt
Error-
it, kind of thing. Yeah.
Harold feels pretty sure about it, but that's whatever. And anyway, so then Harold will just say, and they tortured my siblings, guys. I don't understand why. They tried to take me to Saztam, and I had to get Doc out, and I mean, they don't like what we're doing here. They were trying to kill me to stop us from going to all of this. I don't know what the fuck that dragon bitch wants, but apparently they do too.
Well, we're doing
Damn.
something right then.
Apparently.
We're stepping on the right toes. Good.
Well, look, I don't know what to do. I can't just leave them behind. I can't leave you guys behind. I also
we can deal with it. It's just
How?
one thing at a time. We'll find a way.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't your siblings talking. Maybe they're being controlled.
they're not.
Or just maybe
I know
after
that because Mel, she was conflicted somehow. I don't know what to make of it. She's a really, I mean, it's kind of weird. She never used to be a hard one to read before. She was always blunt and just direct. I just have a lot on my mind, and I
They
just
were
want
with-
them back.
They were with those monsters for over a century, and in my limited experience, you don't necessarily need magic to affect someone's mind to turn them to your cause.
I'm so sorry, Harold.
And get this, do you want to know what the worst part is? The Undying One. Apparently he's involved with them. Just got him off our back.
Fuck. Fuck. Right. Bruce will look around at everyone else, and you'll look at Harold. Harold. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn for everyone here, but I think this is the right thing to say. If you need to pursue this, I, for one, completely understand if that's what you need to do right now. I promise you, when I have got my own affairs in order, you will have my full support and strength. But I, for one, trust you to do what you need to do right now, whether it's coming with us or doing whatever you feel you need to do right now.
And Errol is going to kind of look back from where he came from for a second and then look at Bruce. As
Rune
much.
will also
Oh, go on. For you
extend
first.
a hand and put it on Errol's shoulder, and Errol, what? Bruce is right. Whatever you feel like you gotta do, you know that we'll back you up. As soon as this is over, we'll be right there beside you.
On one hand, going back there, they sent so many people into my home, into my fucking home, and I'm not even sure I could kill them all even if I tried. And then D, I mean, he was always good with books, but fuck, I barely even managed to block him.
What about this? We all go back there.
I mean, they're
What if
gonna
we
be
all
gone
go?
by now.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. You think you can't kill them all on your own, but some of us can create a very large distraction.
I mean, as much as I want to go back, they came to me because of all of this. If we continue with this, if we get your ward or your daughter back first, they're inevitably going to come after me again.
Well, we
I-
know that the Undying One has a hand in the Dragon Mother doing what she is. Maybe we weaken him by removing her, which makes this easier.
I don't think they're assisting each other, Aki. When we did some investigations, they're at odds, or if not actively at odds, they want the same thing and they're not willing to share.
Make a last roll.
I mean-
Make a history check, everyone.
Everybody.
Before I make the roll, just say, Doc, when we left, he did say that he did propose an idea that we can that me and him can go after them. And don't get me wrong, I know you guys have helped me out even back with my own transformation, but I mean, look, I'm trying not to drag
This game's
everyone
fucking
down
rigged.
with me into this, but at the same time, I don't have a lot of options here.
That's a big old 28 on history for Aki.
How
Or
the fuck?
uncharacteristic.
Whoever's got the highest history.
This game's fucking rigged.
I got 22.
I
I think we guidance.
I just wanted it. I'm stealing one of the group inspirations.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, since we're in here.
Those that
yeah.
got above 20, you all begin to
Damn it.
think. You all begin to think. What is it that all of these beings that want to, or gods want, that they do not have, or have already? And it all links back to one thing: power. And the power that they all want right now is the sealed pages of Verglas. Either one way or another, someone's going to have it.
That bloody book, of course.
He
Right.
may need it for one
Oh.
thing, Tiamat needs it for one thing. They all want it.
Look, I was there when Nidalia was gone, and granted, I didn't know her that well. And
Yes.
I want to help you. I am going to help you. Not I want to. I am going to help you. I'm just begging you all here. Please help me get them back.
Well, obviously, but can I just say, can we pick one apocalypse at a time?
Well, this one's been apparently in the making for over 150 years.
Right, so we can
There.
wait an extra month.
They're picking us.
What was that, Ross?
So they seem to be picking us. We're not picking them.
We'll make sure that it's the biggest mistake they've ever made. Remember,
Anyway,
Tiamat's cult calls us the disease. Let's make sure that it's terminal.
And on that word,
yep.
you all step onto the platform and zoof, disappear from sight. And that is where we'll end today's session and come back next week where
Oh my
you
god.
end up in Waterdeep.
No, we don't.
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And
Completely by accident.
Oh man.
Waterdeep! And
Yeah. Never water? I don't know.
deep winter.
We have
Wow,
we
that's
have
like
teleportation circles for Neverwinter, not Waterdeep, so it has to be Neverwinter.
Thanks everyone for playing today, and thanks everyone for watching at home. I don't think there's a game tomorrow, right? From what I understand.
Yeah, I believe. No, I believe so too, right? Is that what
Yeah,
he
I
said?
so-
thought
No.
I'm
Next,
not
not
next
actually
two.
sure.
Next 2 weeks.
I
certainly.
think he said tomorrow's. He hasn't said anything
Good.
about tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the 9th and the 16th.
All right,
Yeah, I got a
9/16.
feeling. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Eye of Observation on 9 and 16, so those who are watching at home, you'll have to wait a little bit longer. And and on this Sunday for the what's it, Something of War? What is it called again?
Yeah, Hearts of War.
Hearts of War.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. See, I've forgotten it now. I was saying it so good the past few weeks.
Yeah, you did quite well.
We'll end there, but if not, also we'll see you next week on the Seal Pages of Verglas. So have a good week, stay magical, and we shall see you then. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.